matchup. Full Sense.
Back on the Pacific stage are Full Sense and DFM. There are lots of changes for this team and hopefully it's for the better. There's some reinforcements coming in for the Thai squad, especially on the coaching side. And of course, do things change for this team now that Cruz is back on stage? We're holding you to that promise that we're getting that dancing on that stage, Cruz.
Yeah, kickoff was a bit of a disaster. It started off well for Full Sense, but took a pretty quick downturn, and you could see there was a clear lack of leadership for Full Sense. So bring Cruz back into the roster. They're looking to right the wrongs that they had over there in kickoff, and once again truly become one of the elite teams in Pacific after only a top 8 finish.
But I think on the side of DFM, they just have to keep this ship sailing very, very smoothly. Did you guys miss the walkouts? Because you know what? We sure did. And we can't wait to see what DFM has prepped for this stage and also in-game. But this is a team that, of course, everybody loves seeing.
Yeah.
All right, Akabe.
Just him on his own. Join in, boys.
He's a soloist. He's that solo. He's that main dancer.
I wanted him to keep going.
Already. Swing in. Jit Boys happy with the first. Does end up falling. Cess able to find that kill. May bounding forward. Spots one. Leviathan dead. One blast of that judge, and suddenly it's a player advantage. And Premi unable to find the punish. Had the spot there on the gun barrel. It's going to come down to Cruz, who finds the first two. Cannot get the third, but Premi will be there for the finisher. They would try to get that run attack online for the attack onto the site. At the moment, DFM do have 4 players nearby enough, but it's going to be the Cosmic Divide called in. Akame has to clear out that haunt. Molly as well, stopping him from rescaling forward into dugout for the moment. Jit Boys with the jump peak will spot him and take him down. Judge doing wonders for him. Trying to refill that space. DFM now on the back foot.
Going up.
Premi sets up the blaze wall. Divergent paths now given a consideration. Still does have an operator in hand. May going to be looking for a swap out as Kaide's just looking for a target. It is falling to the wayside. Seth's able to find one as Jit Boys will fall. But May has suffered damage.
Last player standing.
And now he is going to be corralled, surrounded, and found, you would suspect, as yes, Kahlua will be able to come up with those final 2 kills to tie it up 2-2.
There to back May off using that Cypher util. Wow.
Okay, but still challenges back into the angle, finds that kill. Salvo at the ready to try to dissuade the plant. But it's not going to be in the right position. Judge out now, the overdrive going to be popped. Jit Boys eventually going to be found by Kaide, but Premi cleans up 2. As Kaide's looking for a little bit more, but Premi comes away with a 3rd. Should be more than enough to go ahead and lock up this round. Full Sense trying to stop potential snowball. DFM would love to have, as it's a big round from Premi. The box. Volley towards Hall. The second run it back of the half going to be invested here from Premi. Jit Boys is piling in straight behind him. Cess does manage to find the shutdown on the ult. Meanwhile, though, Jit Boys is in deep. Lost control in hand, but now the rest of the team starting to fall to the wayside. Akame is able to find himself a second, but Cruz and Kahlua come up with the goods. Now it's Kaide and the Atsuka. Gravwell now going to be sent out. Kahlua up top into that tower. Tap of the defuse, he now strikes. Yatsuka dead. Kaide gets the bad news.
One enemy remaining.
Stabilizes, finding the first.
Has a stick.
Cruz, yep, he's got him.
He's is pretty far away. They're not contesting the orb. Although Full Sense not looking to get Killua the Nightfall that way. Gonna maybe escort him through. Nano just to delay off the util.
Don't have that grab combo with it now. Akame just trying to send out some shots, backs away, avoids the C's.
Joke's over.
Spike still in the
You're
hands
dead.
of Jit Boys as they run it back to crack this B site. That's just eating some of this damage. Peeks out, does find Leviathan. It's good timing from him, but Cruz there. That second layer now May gone as well. As DFM starts taking steps towards closing out these rounds, just get traded right back. Another Cosmic Divide for Cruz. Spike now planted. Kaide still trying to work his way over towards the site. Some damage found onto Kahlua, but he's able to backpedal. Gets around the halls.
Right here.
Those
Revealing area.
footsteps maybe heard and noted. Salvo Sen flushing Primi out into the open. Kaide able to collect it. Player advantage now for DFM, who desperately need this fourth and final round win, but Kahlua looking to deny. Finds Yatsuka. The defuse starting to be held, but there's the grab well for the interrupt. Push out Kahlua dead. It's all down to Cruz. His return to the stage, trying to go for the wide swing. And Akame will have the kill, but do they have the defuse? I don't think they've got it. They do not. Not even close. Over a full second off. It's a Red Bull clutch from Cruz, buying time. Getting full sense a 9-3 scoreline at the half.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the difference that this makes for Full Sense having Cruz back because they're so much smarter. They're putting themselves in positions to counter. So May here made a bunch of noise, and the whole time Kahlua just tucks into the corner and waits him out right here. He heard that dash up in mid and just waited it out. But it's just taking too long for these things to happen. And the game plan here for DFM, very...
Started their control over at A main. Primi wanted to check in towards mid as there's the spot. Curveball now going to be sent out. Swing in, and Akame absolutely dead. Grab well from Cruz, trying to delay the approach into the A site. Meanwhile, May trying to chase forward at stairs. It only finds a tiny bit of damage, and now they're going to be forced back away. How are you meant to try to get this plant? They've never even cleared up dugout. So Cruz still finds one. Cess now with everything to do. He's going to try to play stacked up together. Leviathan watching this angle. Needs to win that fight. It's more damage is anticipated that counter swing, but will eventually just overstep.
Probably map. Yeah.
Doing a thing.
This has now forced him onto an eco. It's May taking point, has to refract out. Relay bolt going to be sent May, just double dashing, still going to be sat within the molly though, and he is burnt to a crisp. What a setup from Full Sense to find an early key advantage. Weapon now in the hands of Jit Boys. And you can just toss that to Primi and let him use the run it back in the round now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Meanwhile, Spike's still not being ushered forward. Yatsuka going to be at risk if he sticks around over towards that club side.
You got to know they're pressing. Nobody's watching. Finally, Cess is kind of watching, but...
Looks for it for a brief little moment as they get the spike planted. We'll have eyes on this. Defender of this angle with Primi on the other side, and as mentioned, he does have that Vandal in hand now. Run it back, quickly going to be intercepted, steps back around the corner at the same time. Leviathan's able to find one. Kaide going to be taken down. He's still just looking to try to maintain his ground, hold that tower. Lock DFM out of it. Yatsuka able to find another before falling. Whoa, Cruz! Whoa! What in the hell is that shot? Suddenly now Akame left to his own devices, and Leviathan up over top. Takes him down, and Full Sense give us our first thrifty of the day.
When Full Sense is taking way more map control in space like they're doing right now, I mean, Cess is going to have to win a 1v1 here against Outlaw.
Given the classic on the other side, seems unlikely.
Yep.
Oh,
Dead.
Answer spotted. Camera
Taken
hits the dart through.
I must wait.
Removal of that one though, so Leviathan unable to play off the pings.
Cage triggered.
Be a trade of positions here, but Akame is still just fighting forward. Needs some reinforcements. They try to flush Leviathan out, and eventually they will be able to do so. Second shot from Jit Boys able to connect. Flash the curveball in. Primi able to find one, but Akame comes away with another kill. Long gets the spot. Lockdown going to be invested, and Cruz on the approach from behind is absolutely unread. The cleanup is there, and Full Sense steamrolling their way through. They get this up to map point.
Yeah, they're all over the map. They can do whatever they want. They have complete freedom.
Just have full reign of this map.
I'll find you.
DFM now needs 6 in a row just to take it into overtime. 3 ultimates to contend with, and Akame is dead. Jit Boys bring the off the bear. Counter spam. Okay, Kaide will be able to find Cruz eventually. Site now going to be occupied, but maybe at risk here. Okay, Kaide dead as sends out the Armageddon, and Jit Boys kind of stripes into that one.
Bring them down.
Interesting little moment there. Maybe we'll see it back on the replay. Either way, DFM. No more a comfortable position than they were just moments ago, and now it is just May left standing. Finds the first. Urgent path sent over towards that stairs side. No one to receive the slow. Sees the elbow now. The neural depth going to be invested. Pushes forward into the cage, swings back around, and Primi has him outdone. 13-6. A breezy map here for Full Sense as Cruz makes a dominant return back to the stage.
Yeah, I mean, Full Sense. Primi on the waylay, so scary. Here's that 1-3-1 that so many teams favor on their defender side pistols for DFM. Just going to be waiting this out for the fast rotate with the neon there.
Flash is going to be exchanged to saturate into the corner. There's a slide forward, and okay, well, it takes a little second to realize. They're not quite have the kill there, but May, on the arrival with the frenzy, is able to find one. Cruz going to be dead at range. The Jit Boy still fighting back, flushes one out of the cubby. Finds himself a second. Into the corner there is May, and eventually he will be overwhelmed. Now just Akame slowly creeping his way across, and all the damage that was dealt going to be very much taken away as the heals come through from Kahlua. This looks to be an impossible task here for Akame. Checking out the side, checking over towards lab. Everybody has made their way over to Garden. Now the rewrap into Hookah. It just takes so long to try to figure this one out. Time basically already away from him. As he will just swing out to his demise. Primi able to collect that kill. Full Sense will get their first pistol of this series.
Had a very solid performance.
Primi's just gonna go, piling forward into the smoke. Meanwhile, Kahlua, he's able to find May. Cess gets the trade back. The Neon's gonna be down on both sides, but Primi now a spot out, the flash connecting. Kaide dead to rights. Leviathan now spills forward as this is just absolutely unraveled for TFM.
I have the spike.
Primi to get the plant. One away from having the conversion paths online, and if he can find his fourth kill, that'll be him having it ready to go. Akame. Okay, snappy on the readjust. Gets himself into a 1v2, up to 1v4. Spot out on the Primi. Eventually takes him down. ADS is in, finds damage. 7 health to 45. Snake Bite not available, but Leviathan shifts over, back on top of the box. I believe that's, one of the 2 hero rifles they had now on the floor. Not that Full Sense needed. Cash aplenty already.
Primi's got an ult. Make matters worse here.
Not going to be connecting. Kahlua absolutely does. Spray down for that 3K. Need to be seeing a timeout call already for DFM ahead of this next buy.
Yeah. You got to start worrying about other parts of the map.
But backpedals will not be going for the investment here. Trailblazers just going to be exchanged on either side. Dash in, saturate into an orbital strike. A very nice little set piece here from Full Sense. Giving themselves an early advantage. Meanwhile, May, the timing, turns away from the angle, sends out the shot. Relay Bolt does get confirmation. Leviathan takes out a player in the teleporter. But now they are frazzled. Counter TP's taken. May able to hold his own. Smashes Jit Boys, but it's still a player disadvantage. Backside plant. Primi eyes in on that heaven angle. Pulls back through the smoke. Let's take a shot. Full Sense think better of it. Go back for a default plant. 3v3 for the moment, as Leviathan's going to get himself on a very long flank. Starting to faster rotate in. DFM very slow on this approach. Double face here into Lamps. A 1-for-1 exchange so far. The wider swing, the readjust. Overdrive now invested for May as he has to do it all. 2 more players to be found. The tap expecting that push coming through out from short. But he will just go for the save instead. Unable to find the round win, unable to find the clutch. Full Sense. Not allowing for DFM to double up the round count.
Yeah, just a little bit of a change of idea here. This time with the weaker weaponry. Gonna try to punish the hookah position.
Akame is continuing to stray forward. Get some damage on the Jit Boys, but cannot get the kill. On the double dash forward, didn't get the spot on the Yatsuka. He does manage to find one, finds 2. Cruz and Jit Boys both going to be taken down. Leviathan's like, where the hell is this guy? Kahlua will be the one to find him. Meanwhile, Primi nearly burned to death. But the heals are going to be there all the same. Blue patching him up, but May very fast on this flank. Has the operator still. But as they haven't gone for the plant, this does give May a potential opportunity to try to find the punish and catch them off guard. Orbital strike, however, going to be called out. It's going to be a big, big two ults going to be used here. Both of them sent, and now the triple TP going to be taken. May on that fast rotate, but because they've never seen him, they didn't know where he was. They're going, once again, this backside plant, and May cannot get dialed in with the operator. Now worlds apart, Kaide and Cess. Trying to sandwich in on these full sense players. Kahlua just waits for the wall. Strafes across, free peeks, Cess dead. Realistically, Kaide, he will be able to find the one. But I'd almost rather see him just go back to short, grab the operator, get the hell out of Dodge. Not to be. 6-1.
It's easy pickings.
Looking for a crunch, but it's probably just going to be Kaide's demise, and it is. 2-0 on this waylay, it's just rough. Main out to try his hand. Swinging in. Does manage to break the aim. Blazer, I don't think saw him. Akame at the same time, tagged down to 24 rather. In the meantime, yeah, no, they had no idea. Cruz tucked in the corner, completely unread. Akame on the scale down into short, is able to find Kahlua as things start getting very chaotic in this round. Control in hand at the moment here for DFM as Akame taking point to slide in, and Jit Boys will be able to dispatch him, and they've lined up for Primi. Just Kaide to try to hold the line. To be the receiver of the bad news.
Leviathan's been really patient here.
Swinging though, and okay. Fantastic shot to hit. Flash exit over towards backside, and now the approach might be a hell of a lot faster than Full Sense are reading. Suddenly DFM, the ones favored in this position. They strike it from behind. That's able to find two, but Jit Boys 2 kills of his own in return. The B-side opened up. It's backpedaling, drifting his way over. Get the plant in play, 15 seconds to spare. The teleporter going to be taken. They know exactly the angle of approach for DFM.
Right here.
You meant to fan out. Well, gonna check the cubby. Jit Boys playing close. Jump up over the top. Damage going to be exchanged, but Leviathan on the repeat is able to find Kaide, and now it is just down to Cess. Drifts down into the snake bite, just eating that damage. Trying to push forward. The shorty drawn out. Finds the kill. But he's got to get it go on. He's got to get this defuse started. But Leviathan's just not going to give him any opportunity to even hold it up to half. Knows that he hasn't been on it. There's the swing out. There's the kill.
Yeah, I mean, this is a scary round for DFM because if a man advantage goes over the way of Full Sense, I'm not going to be surprised if they start ripping ults. I mean, obviously, Jit Boys should be probably popping his no matter what. Is Kaide going to be ready for this angle? Yes.
There he is. Leviathan down. Not that he was going to be committing the pit, but it's no longer a concern. Meanwhile, teleporter going to be taken. There's the push though. Kaide trying to have them both outdone. Won't be able to get the catch there on the Primi, who now does get handed over an Outlaw. Full armor, however, but he finds that headshot on the May. Jump peek, sees a little bit more, and I think he's going to be going for it. Teleporter ends up getting taken. Kahlua, the nearest one by. Trying to get onto the angle. Sheriff in hand. Smoke, however, will bloom.
They pinged out Akame.
Seems like they're well aware. Still could be lurking around, and it should be Jit Boy's favorite in this one, especially given that he's got the timing on the swing to come around the back. He's got the
30 seconds left
in hand, but it's like he's just gonna grab that weapon. Meanwhile, Akame forward, finds some damage, but cannot get that kill. And now Jit Boys can try to play spoiler, but it's a good guiding line, but they're still just strafing across. Jit Boys finds two, and now it is all down to Akame.
Time.
Spike still on the floor. They're going to be relaying that over to him. Grabs it up, taps it. He's just going to try to take the fight. Now looking for the stick. Kahlua on the swing, and he's won them the round, I believe. Just not enough time.
For this, a lot of teams have done that I've been watching on this map, where they'll just say, okay, you pit there, we'll just bypass it by going through showers. But
no confirmation on that flash. Remy just quick check in. And a nasty shot to take down May. Shots in consideration over towards that smoke, but Grimmy not getting caught. As now hit going to be invested. Flash connecting onto Akame, has to backpedal. Kaide over at the cub, he's able to find one, finds himself a second. Crew's going to be taken down, but the pit immediately dropped as Akame does fall. Now a 2v3. Fracted taken. Trailblazer cleared out, 6 bullets remaining, the reload necessary. Yatsuka will be able to find one, but Kaide down the 2 health.
Last player standing.
And the judge will be able to finish him from pretty much any range. Full sense now finding their footing. Get the defuse and they get up to 11 once again. 3 rounds ahead of DFM.
May can heal him back up to full. He's not going to have any armor. Kaide has a convergent pass here.
I'm out of here.
Decent flash though. Gonna give you a lot of info.
Look at the stack. This is going to get so messy. Kaide, first contact in. Jitboy's down, but there's Primi now. Striking on, oh, he's trying to slide his way through. It's caught by the saturate, and now Cruz just absolutely tears them apart.
Toxin screen down.
Spike is down, and Akame about to be noted, walking forward here onto the site. Full sense. We're in the mix, a stinger in the hands of Yatsuka. DFM dig deep enough already. Aggressive push out. Yatsuka watching for this. Sees the gun barrel, but has to back away. Stinger at that range, not going to be doing much.
Can set up a trap here. May's got hookah control.
Trailblazers just checking around, lets him know the showers is all clear, and Jitboy's now. He scaled so far forward. I'm not sure if May's going to be ready for this. They knew that there was that pressure out, so okay, does get the confirmation, finds the first one, needs to make his exit, ends up going sliding forward towards Cruz, pays the iron price. A big misstep, a big mistake. One that could just cost them this map, this series, as Leviathan assassinates 2. Orbital strike called in, forces Yatsuka away. As he and Akame are worlds apart.
It's gonna take a miracle. DFM's been digging into that well a few times.
30 seconds left.
Well, that's step 1.
Step 1, but the rescale. Leviathan closing in, still looking for more, and I believe Akame, okay, decent little read on it, but still ends up strafing right into the crosshair. And that leaves Yatsuka out in the open, dead to rights. 13-8, full sense. They are back. They are looking better than ever with the return of Cruz as their IGL in-game. And for DFM, it is a brutal, unexpectedly brutal start to this Japanese squad's run in stage 1.